What is going on, everybody? I'm joined by the gorgeous guys. There's the Board Twins. So we've got James and Sam. We're gonna do a random pool session.
Yeah, a bit of a random one.
We're just gonna have some fun, honestly, today. Like, I think that's the nice thing about being in Dubai and things like that, is that otherwise I'd have to go to Australia to see you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Or to the rainy UK. So it's just brought like-minded people together, which is nice, and we're just gonna have a good session. So they'll chat shit, I'll chat shit, and we're just gonna have a good session. So simple.
Let's have it.
Yeah, I'm the one. Won't stop till I'm done.
Like we said, we're just gonna do random shit. Just see how many reps I can do.
Make it happen. Took all of my L's like practice. Bounce back to the top like magic.
When training back, guys, is to get yourself a set of wrist straps as well. Any exercise that your grip can become a limiting factor, get yourself a set of straps. You don't want your grip giving way before the target muscle.
Just say that, record it for yourself for the playback. I use success as my payback, so take that. We don't fabricate cause it's fake, we just stay back. Believe me when I say this, we up next to be the greatest. It ain't more
guys, the way we typically set up our back days would be alternating between lat width and lat thickness exercises. So I recommend starting with whichever one you're weaker with. So if you're a wide guy but you need more thickness, I'd start with your lat thickness first. If you've got a lot more density and you're a lot thicker and you're not as wide, then start with your lat thickness. So we're starting with the rows first for our lat thickness. We're going to alternate between this and pull down for our lat width, then go on some upper back work, then some rear delts, and then finish with some biceps. So that's typically how we set up our 2 days.
What he said.
What I said.
What he said.
Arm at the line, it's a free throw. Talent God given this divine like a cheat code. Multiply grind, bottom line, we ain't equal. Better go to the tape and then check the tactics. I've been on the mic where they've been laying on the mattress. Whole army out on the march and we bring the madness. Someone tell the analysts to add up all the factors. If they only knew what they were up against, they'd probably be better prepared for self-defense.
Yeah, as Sammy said, we're just gonna have some fun with it today. So, like, literally just wing it. If we feel good, do a drop set. If we don't, don't. We're just having fun, getting to know each other and things like that. And again, we're gonna just pick some movements each, and then just have some. Generally, just have some fun with it, because we can get really OCD in our training. So actually, it's good to take a little step back and just enjoy some different company.
Yeah, I'm the one. Won't stop till I'm done. Yeah, I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the one.
What we're gonna do, guys, is like everything. We'll be smart with the programming. So again, we just done a row variation, a chest supported row. Now we'll go for a pull down. We're just gonna hit the back at all different angles, but just like picking. Like, we all pretty much know how to program extremely well. So we'll just do a pull down, do a row, do a rear delt variation, biceps.
Yeah, it's a return black exodus. Don't sit next to us. Lay down like script and jobless. Gotta invest in this blackface industry. Line don't invest in me. Only want the money if I backs like history.
In the industry, I'm not a slave on a record that rose brave. Call it blessings, a cute angle out the rat race. I keep from going under time. Think of our families holding the spears. Exception is equity used to buy your melody. All I
Ice in the industry, Q, dream of a dreamer. Ice in the industry, Q, dream of a dreamer. Ice in the industry, Q, dream of a dreamer.
Always remember, guys, when you anything back related, number one, scapular retraction. So just think about pulling your shoulder blades back and down, but then also just think elbow does all the work. So think about every time you do anything pulling for your back, just think about pulling your elbow into your hip or pulling your elbow into kind of like your spine area. And then think about wrapping the elbow around the spine.
telling them taking matters in hand.
I'd rather challenge the industry, got no dignity. Putting my feminism, me searching for their diversity.
All I see is a bunch of mechanical breakdown. Do it till the planet to break down. On a mission to free ourselves, verbally medicated, put on the shelf with no for sale. Neither asking for help, and I ain't asking for help.
Not asking for help, we not for sale. Not asking for help, not out to get your own rage. We just searching for some. Go fuck yourself, fuck the game, fuck the blame, fuck the audience, fuck the dance, fuck the list, fuck the RBRs.
For those of you watching, if you don't know what Brandon just did, it's called a rest pause. Basically, he's gone to complete failure on the weight. He's waited a certain amount of time, and then he's picked up the same weight again and gone to failure again. So it's basically just a way of bringing the set to a second failure point. You can do this as many times as you like. It's similar to like a drop set or something like that. It's an intensifier. That is how you should train if you want to get strong. Like, if you go into the gym and just wing it every single week,
like you're obviously going to progress. Like no one goes into the gym and then a year later they're benching the same as like they did on their first day. But if you can actually do it in a regimented, structured way, even if it is a little bit boring, it's, in my opinion, the best way to progress. So do have a good idea of what you're lifting and make sure you're progressing week to week, but having a session every now and then when you come in, just like have a laugh with it like we are today, like that's what it's all about.
99.9% of the time, you're following a plan. That's the difference. So actually that 1% just to like fucking play around, things like that. It's the same as like, because we're all coached by the same guy, we're all coached by Cam. And it's very interesting to see like the training, how we do train quite similar, but I'm like, it says that like success leaves clues sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you guys have made crazy progress in like, even since like, I started following you guys, and since even your shows and stuff like that. And I'm like, there's a reason it's programmed like that, like heavy sets, top sets, backward sets, adding in intensifiers here and there. It all works, but there's a plan, like 51 weeks of the year sort of thing, do you know what I mean? Just talking about goals a second ago, and it was interesting how goals change rapidly sort of thing, and like the goal was initially for these guys like to like in a bulk, and actually now it's more of a lifestyle thing at the moment. It's like it's totally normal for you to like goals to change, and also like when you said like when you were bulking, like actually I think it's brave to quit. I think people like actually it's being smart to be like, no, this isn't for me at the moment, and to back out and be smart about it. It takes a lot of balls to do that because it's true to yourself. Sort of.
Yeah, goal right now is just to get lean, stay lean, enjoy life out here a bit, obviously enjoy some good food, and not worry too much about big gaining phases and stuff like that. You know, peak gaining phase where we're eating 5,500 calories, it takes up your day as well. So that's like 6 meals a day. It would take me over half an hour a day to eat each meal. So I'm spending 3 to 4 hours a day eating every single day, and then force feeding it down, feeling tired as fuck constantly because I'm obviously bloated, full.
Once again though, it's one of those things that if you do want to get big, you kind of have to go through those phases. You can't be one of those guys, and especially talking to like the young guys out there, like don't try and stay lean year round if you actually want to add size. If you look at guys like us and you want to look like us in terms of like the size wise, we didn't get there from eating in a deficit or maintenance for years on end. Like I'd say we've probably been out of shape for a good 8 months of every year for the past 5 years. And that's to add this size, and then we cut down the size.
Now we're at the point where we're quite happy with our size. Obviously we're still looking to progress, but we're not looking to slap on crazy amounts of muscle each year. I'd rather just obviously be in a nice lean position and enjoy myself a bit more, but to be in this position, you do need to go through them phases, quite a few times to actually slap that muscle on in the first place, and then you can look to enjoy yourself. So the way we look at it, like the hard work's done and now we can reap the benefits of it. So that it is necessary to go through those phases.
So I'm good mates with Josh, and we were talking about things like that. The same sort of thing. It's so hard to, again, it's so hard to. That's strong.
So guys, now we're going to go on to some of our upper back works. You can see Brandon here's on the chest supported row. Now when we're trying to target our upper back, we want our elbows flared, so anywhere from that 90-degree position to around 70 there, so whatever's comfortable for you. So we've obviously already done our lat work, so when we're trying to target our lats, it's all about keeping the shoulders down, driving that elbow to the hip to keep as much of that upper back and trap work out of it. It's very easy for people to kind of pull up here and incorporate all their traps and rhomboids when they're trying to do their lats to make sure everything's pushed down and in. But here we're hitting our upper back, so we're going to have them flared elbows anywhere in that range, whatever's more comfortable for you, and this is going to tie in a lot of that upper back work.
Going back to the same sort of thing, like aiming for the upper back, like everyone's shoulders built very differently. Like some people, like when you see people row, they can row like right up here, but some people are down here as well. You got to think about like your actual shoulder joint. So like everyone's anatomy is built so differently. Like obviously being twins, you'd like to think they're pretty similar, but again, like they're still going to be very different as well on certain movements, like where the joint sits. So just finding that movement where it feels comfortable and you can feel the engagement, that's the right form. There's not like a perfect angle, it's the right form, so always remember that.
kind of why we're doing it, how we're doing it. So as you can see, Brandon here on the rear delt fly has got his ass firmly back near the back of the chair and his chest against the pad. So the reason we're going to do this, if we were right up against the pad with our torso, then it's very easy to bring your chest off the pad as you come back, and obviously add momentum to movement. So pulling your ass to the back of the chair allows you to keep your chest firmly against the pad, and also, as well as that, it makes it more of a high to low motion, which stops you tagging in your traps. So a couple benefits to sitting a bit further back in the chair when you're doing your rear delt flies.
Also worth mentioning, if it sounds like Sam's about to drop dead, it's not because he's that out of shape and overweight. He's just not feeling 100% today.
I'm coming off the back end of a cold, so at the moment I'm just doing a deload session. These boys are still doing their 2-3 sets per exercise. I'm just doing the 1. So this way I've still got my numbers to beat. We can still potentially progress in these sessions because we're still looking to beat our numbers. We can still apply that double stimulus, but by dropping that back offset, it's allowing me to still obviously stimulate my muscles, still keep my muscles, still potentially to progress. But it means I'm going to get a lot less fatigue from the session. I can recover a lot quicker. So if you're feeling 70-80% and you feel you can get in the gym, I recommend running these deload sessions. But if you're absolutely fucked, then you're better off just resting out.
Like he says, it's like recovery is everything. I think it's the biggest thing that I've learned this year, just recovery. Like if you're beasting yourself into the ground or you're not sleeping well and you're a bit under the weather and things like that, the best thing you can do is, again, like have self-awareness to know when to back off and when to put the hammer down, sort of thing. Like otherwise you're just going to be dragging your feet instead of a couple of days for weeks, and it's just not worth it in the long run. So don't be afraid to be like, if you are under the weather, half the time, like take time out, take like 3 to a week out. It's not going to kill you, so that rest will massively impact the months to come.
Yeah, and the way we obviously train is very performance-based. We've got our numbers we're looking to beat, looking to progress our numbers each session. So if you're absolutely battered and you're coming in and you're not actually going to beat your numbers, then you're not really getting anything from that session at all. You're not going to grow from that session, but all you're doing is just prolonging your recovery, prolonging the time it's going to take before you can actually get to the point where you are going to be progressing again. So if you are training in the kind of way we're training, I highly recommend just resting when you need to rest.
Well, we started with our tops on, now we have our tops off.
It's photo shoot time.
Is it? It was honestly absolutely. It was so nice to like catch up with these guys and actually train. It was just nice. It was just nice to network and things like that. It was a good session, and it was just nice.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Obviously, Sam's not had too
Not
much
feeling
fun.
100%, but good little session anyway. It's good to meet Brandon and have a proper catch up. But
Yeah, definitely keen to get some more sessions in while we're out here. I think we're going to do some stuff over the weekend and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Beach day tomorrow, and chill day, so it's good. It'll be
I
sick.
think we can get as timed as James.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so that's the mission. But no, it was good. It was good just to network with. Again, we said it like at the beginning, but like just like-minded people. It's so nice just to surround yourself with people that are just have the same interests, because otherwise it can be quite a lonely game, this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it
So,
can.
and it's like, it's just nice just to like have the same problems, enjoy the same activities and stuff like that, and have the same passion. So it was absolutely amazing. So thank you guys.
Thanks, man. Yeah, good session, Brandon.
Diamonds. Boom.
Cheers, G.
Cheers, guys.